Hello everyone! I hope you all are having a great day. My name is Rain, and in this video, I will demonstrate or show you the steps on DNA extraction, particularly in bananas, using the items that you can probably find just lying around your house. So what is DNA? DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is a molecule that contains the genetic code of organisms. This can be animals, plants, protists, archaea, and bacteria. Or in simple terms, DNA is a special molecule that can be found in all of our cells, and it contains the instruction manual on how to be you. Or for example, in fruits, written into DNA are the genes that makes a banana yellow, mushy, and delicious. So here's what we'll need for the experiment. First, of course, bananas, because we'll be extracting the DNA of bananas. One banana is enough. Next, you'll need a ZIPLOCK bag. We will use this for mashing up the bananas. Next, we'll also use 1/3 cup water, 2 teaspoons dish soap, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Then, we'll use a strainer and another glass or anything, and a stirrer. I will use chopsticks. And finally, some isopropanol, aka rubbing alcohol, that's been in your freezer for a few hours to get it nice and cold. It's important that your alcohol is cold because it allows a greater amount of DNA to be extracted. Otherwise, if your alcohol is warm, it may cause the DNA to denature and break down, and we definitely don't want that. So in genetics, scientists have to be able to separate the DNA from all of the other stuff in our cells, like organelles, membranes, and etc. And so the chemicals that we're using today will help us do that. The fruits frequently used for DNA extractions are bananas, strawberries, and kiwis because they are triploid, octoploid, and hexaploid respectively. So there is a lot available for DNA extraction. Also, another reason why these fruits are frequently used is because they can easily be mashed up. Okay, so there are several barriers between the outside environment and the DNA of bananas. First is the cell wall. Plant cells are surrounded by a cell wall made up of a super strong molecule called cellulose. Then place the peeled banana inside a ZIPLOCK bag. Use your hands to mash to expose more surface area. The goal here is to crush the banana as finely as possible. So place it inside the ZIPLOCK bag. So the pro of using a ZIPLOCK bag, you can easily lock it. So now we will crush it or mash it. And so this is the final result. Okay, as you can see, it's homogenized already, right? I've completely mashed it all. Okay, so then right underneath the cell wall is the cell membrane. The DNA is housed in the cell's nucleus, which is also surrounded by membrane. Membranes are made of molecules called phospholipids, which are similar in structure to fats. And what breaks down fats? Soap. So now we're going to add our soap mixture here in our plastic bag. And this will help blast through the membranes and release our DNA. So we're going to pour it out. Also, the reason why salt is added to the mixture is because it will help neutralize the DNA charge. And also, it will make the molecules less hydrophobic, meaning it becomes less soluble in water. Also, because the DNA is all tangled up with all the proteins present in banana, the salt will help remove the proteins bound to the DNA and to keep the proteins dissolved in water. Next, we want to filter out all of our cells and debris, so we're going to put this mixture into the strainer. So I have all of my debris in here, the strainer, and then a nice clear solution, also called filtrate, will pass through the filter. So now, as you can see, I decided to change my glass because the first one was kinda tall. So I changed it to something smaller. So now it's time to add our alcohol. Can you see it? That slime is the banana's DNA. So now I'm going to use these chopsticks to gather up all the slimes, aka the DNA. So what I just did isn't so different with what scientists do in their laboratories. They just use some fancier chemicals, test tubes, centrifuge, and add some purification steps to ensure that the DNAs are not contaminated. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys learned a lot from this DNA extraction video of mine. So let me ask you, what are you waiting for? Go grab your stuff and start extracting fruits DNA at home. Enjoy and see you next time. Bye-bye!